Good morning to a brand new day. Time to learn and games to play. Learning things is so much fun. Learning is good for everyone.
Good morning, third grade. My name is Mrs. Nixon. I am so excited to be here with you to support you as we become amazing thinkers, readers, and writers. I have with me another book on Abraham Lincoln, just because it's the week that we're celebrating his birthday. And so we have President's Day. So this particular one is called Looking at Lincoln, and it goes through and tells us the whole story of Abraham Lincoln and all of his life. And I think that you're really going to discover what an unforgettable man he truly was. Don't believe me? Check out that $5 bill. Every time you see that $5 bill, I bet you think of President Lincoln. So how do we check out books like this and others? It's super easy. You can do it by visiting your local county library, or you can go online and search through all the many titles that are found on Sora. It's a free app, and in Fresno Unified, we love to count down our schools that are checking out books using Sora. Okay, let's look and see who our top schools are just this last week. So in 5th place, we had Hoover, and in 4th place, we had Turner Elementary. So great job, Turner Elementary. If you would love to see your school here on our countdown of the top checkout schools in Fresno Unified, it's super easy to do. All you do is check out a book on Sora and possibly tell a classmate or 2 or 3 to do the same, and then your school can be up here. The other thing that I'd love to point out to you is that we have here at PBS some super fun activity books. You're going to see an address pop up on the screen down below, and that's all you need to do is send me a note in the mail, and I'll put one of these free activity books for you in the mail. Let me know something that you're learning, something that you've learned on PBS, or maybe it's a book that you've been reading and you would love for me to share the title of that book with all of the other 3rd graders in our valley. I'd love to do that. All right, are you ready to start 3rd grade? Okay, let's do it. I've got 3 things we're practicing this week. We're going to be going over our homophones, our R-controlled syllables, and then we're going to finish up with some comprehension looking at multiple meaning words. Okay, let's warm up those brains looking at those high frequency words and get things going. Join me, let's do this. All right, big and loud, read them at home. There, them, then, these, they, things, think, this, and those. Nicely done. Today I have 2 of them we're going to focus on. We have them and then. So them is T-H-E-M and then is T-H-E-N. All right, help me put them in a couple of sentences. So the first one here, read it with me. Eat your breakfast, brush your teeth. Can you think about what goes there? All right, I have an idea. She went with to the park. Oh, she went with then? That wouldn't make sense, but I bet she went with them to the park, meaning she went with some friends, right? Or maybe they were family. And eat your breakfast, then brush your teeth. Because sometimes it doesn't make sense to brush your teeth and then eat breakfast, because then your teeth are dirty, right? All right. Okay, boys and girls, let's start our what we're going to practice today. Let's start by looking at some R-controlled syllables. Now, just a reminder, those R-controlled vowels, or those bossy R's, sometimes our teachers will call them. I kind of put a little cheat note here for us. Just remember, it's A-R, E-R, I-R, O-R, that O-R-E, U-R, those are those R-controlled vowels. Whenever you see them in a word, we're never going to split them. You treat them just like they are a vowel sound. So when we're looking for our syllables, and we're splitting our words into syllables, we're looking for the vowels. So I've marked the ER, I've highlighted that in red so we can really see it bright. We've got a vowel over here, and when there's two consonants in the middle, we know we can split it. So this word is hammer, and so we know we have two syllables there. This word here, charming, so I've got a vowel sound here. That AR is going to be our vowel sound. And then ing has that I sound, the short I sound. So charm, ing. We've got two syllables there. I'm going to just kind of put a little bit of a space so you can see it. Charm, ing, just like that. And we're going to do a little bit of practice. Okay, I want to switch gears though, and I want to talk about homophones. And every time you see that word homophone, I want you to take your hand, just like you've got a telephone in your hand, and I want you to put it up to your ear so that you can remember that homophones has to do with sound. It's something that you hear. So when you hear homophone, you're thinking about a phone and you're thinking about the sound. So homophones are words that sound alike but are spelled differently and have different meanings. Okay, so let's look here. I've got some homophones, two, and two. They all sound the same, but look at them. They're all spelled differently. Two, T-W-O, is the number 2, like I have 2 dogs. Two, as in T-O-O, actually is a multiple meaning word, but it can mean in excess or it can also mean also. So you could replace it with the word also. And then the last one, T-O, is simply expressing motion in the direction. So I'm going to my bedroom. All right, so let's look down here. We're going to put the word to in all of these blank spots. So 2 of my friends will go to the store too. Okay, so let's think about this. If I'm going to say 2 of my friends, that means I'm talking about the number 2, right? So 2 of my friends will go to the store. Well, this is expressing direction. All right, 2 of my friends will go to the store too. So that's like almost saying also, right? They're going to go also. That's a great way to remember it. All right, excellent job. Let's go through and let's practice some of these skills. So up here, we've got some homophones that we're going to go through and practice. So we've got the homophones your. Now there's 2 different ways, and remember we talked a little bit yesterday. Anytime you see that contraction, break it apart and say both words. Use it in a sentence. So I'm going to use you are in this sentence to see if it fits. I think your report was very interesting. Did that make sense? No. So when I say your report, I think your report was very interesting. I know that I'm just going to put Y-O-U-R. It belongs to you. All right. Now we've got road. Road and road. This is like a road, like a street. And this would be road like you're rowing a boat. Let's see which one fits. We slowly rowed the canoe down the river. What's a canoe? It's a boat, right? So if we're rowing, we want to say we rowed the canoe. Excellent. Do you think we've got there or they are going to be here on time? Okay, so let's try it with the contraction, they are. Do you think they are going to be here on time? Did that make sense? Yes. So this would be there with written as the contraction. Excellent. Last one. I found the missing piece of the jigsaw puzzle. Which piece? Okay. This is where, again, like I said, you're going to have to practice and experience by reading and writing, and that will help you to remember that piece, P-I-E-C-E, is means that it's a portion of it. Okay, down below we're going to underline the word that has the R-controlled vowel syllable and then circle the 2 letters that make that R-controlled vowel sound. Okay, so let's look. We've got people, really, and person. Do you see any of the words here that have the R controlled vowel? Yes, right here is that R controlled, ER. Good. All right, let's look again. Sharpen, slowing, and safety. Do you see an R control? Yep, I see it in sharpen. Where is it at? Do you see it? Yeah, right there, AR, good. How about willow, working, and waiting? Okay, good. It's in working, and where is it at? You got it, the OR is right there. Okay, excellent job. Let's go over, and I want to spend a little bit of time today talking about and practicing multiple meaning words because, and I think that this is excellent that we're going to talk about multiple meaning words on the same time that we're talking about homophones because they can get a little confusing. Multiple meaning words, yes, they do sound the same. In fact, they're even spelled the same. Homophones aren't spelled the same, okay? So that's kind of the difference. So multiple meaning words, a multiple meaning word is a word that can mean something entirely different, even if it's spelled the same and pronounced the same. So here's an example. Let's look at the word test. Now the word test has a couple of different meanings. Test could be to measure. Okay, I'm gonna measure something. It can also be an exam or like a quiz. So both of these definitions can apply to the word test. Now, today what I want us to do is I want us to look at a sentence using the word test, and then you're going to help me decide what definition best fits that the word test. Okay, let's go through and let's read it together. You read it big and loud. The kite was first made in China. This was 2,400 years ago. Some used kites for fun. Some used them to test the weather. Okay, so here's my question. Test the weather. Are we giving the weather an exam? Probably not. I don't think that the weather could do an exam. But do you think that we were measuring the weather? Were they sending out a kite to test the weather? Absolutely. So it would be to measure. That's a great example of how that was used. All right, multiple meaning words, homophones, and R-controlled vowels are all of the things that we went through today. And I encourage you, as you are reading, see if you can find some of those multiple meaning words. See if you can find some homophones. I bet you can. All right, I want to say thank you so much for hanging out with me this morning as you're getting ready for school. And to remember, you are responsible for your learning success. So listen, ask questions, and share your ideas, because together we can do so much more. Have a fantastic day, and I can't wait to see you back here at PBS tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye-bye.